What happens when one of the world's largest automakers launches bold experiments that go horribly wrong? GM's 90s lineup included some of the most shocking and bizarre vehicles ever seen on the road, from minivans with awkward designs to luxury sedans that didn't meet expectations. But what went wrong? Join us as we uncover 10 GM experiments from the 90s that totally flopped. Trust us, you won't believe some of these cars ever made it to production. Chevy Lumina APV. The Chevy Lumina APV, introduced in the early 90s, was one of General Motors' boldest experiments, designed to combine the versatility of a minivan with the flair of a modern vehicle. However, it quickly became one of the most notable flops in GM's history. With its awkward, boxy design, the Lumina APV failed to capture the attention of families looking for practical, stylish transportation. Its unconventional look, paired with underwhelming performance, made it unpopular with consumers. Despite a push to market it as a futuristic, family-friendly vehicle, the Lumina APV never caught on. The model's lack of refinement and handling, combined with the stiff competition from established minivan brands, caused it to be discontinued after only a few years. In the end, the Chevy Lumina APV went down as one of GM's most memorable failures, a car ahead of its time in some ways but ultimately unsuccessful in the market. Cadillac Catera, the Cadillac Catera, introduced in the mid-90s, was an ambitious attempt by GM to attract younger, more affluent buyers to the Cadillac brand. Marketed as the Caddy that zigs, it was designed to be a sporty, European-inspired luxury sedan. Unfortunately, the Catera never lived up to the hype. Despite its sleek design and comfortable interior, it was poorly received due to its uninspiring performance and lack of the refinement expected from a luxury brand like Cadillac. Built on a platform shared with the Opel Omega, it lacked the American power and style that Cadillac's loyal customer base craved. To make matters worse, the Catera's reliability issues and expensive maintenance costs further tarnished its reputation. In the end, the Cadillac Catera was discontinued after just a few years, leaving behind a legacy of unfulfilled potential and a reminder that even Cadillac couldn't escape the pitfalls of misguided marketing and poor execution. Pontiac Aztek. The Pontiac Aztek, introduced in 2001, remains one of GM's most infamous experiments. Though it arrived in the early 2000s, its development began in the 90s, and its design was rooted in the bold, adventurous spirit that Pontiac wanted to convey. Unfortunately, the Aztek's appearance made it an instant target for ridicule. With its awkward, polarizing design, especially the front end and oversized plastic cladding, the Aztek became a symbol of automotive failure. GM marketed it as a versatile SUV with a unique outdoor appeal, featuring an innovative rear hatch and removable cooler. However, its odd look and subpar performance led to an incredibly poor reception. The Aztek was a sales disaster, and while it later became somewhat of a cult classic for its quirky nature, it was a commercial flop for Pontiac. The car's legacy remains one of GM's greatest missteps in automotive design, proving that even bold ideas can fail if executed poorly. Oldsmobile Aurora. The Oldsmobile Aurora, launched in 1994, was meant to be the shining star of GM's Oldsmobile division, a sleek luxury sedan aimed at competing with European rivals like BMW and Mercedes-Benz. With its innovative design and powerful V8 engine, the Aurora was initially met with positive reviews, but it quickly became clear that GM had made a serious miscalculation. Despite its strong performance and upscale features, the Aurora's design didn't resonate with the target market. Oldsmobile was already considered an outdated brand by the 90s, and consumers weren't convinced that the Aurora could reinvent the division. Moreover, the vehicle's higher price point, combined with its uninspired brand name, kept potential buyers away. The Aurora's sales never reached the levels GM had hoped, and it struggled to establish itself in the luxury market. As Oldsmobile continued to decline, the Aurora was discontinued in 2003, marking the end of one of GM's more ambitious but ultimately failed experiments. Saturn Ian. The Saturn Ian, released in the early 2000s, was GM's attempt to modernize the Saturn brand. It was designed with a youthful, sporty appeal and featured a unique polymer body to resist dents. However, the Ion's performance and styling didn't quite hit the mark. Its interior was bland, the driving experience was underwhelming, and it failed to live up to the expectations set by the earlier Saturn models. The Ion's lack of refinement and competitive pricing led to poor sales, and it was eventually replaced by the Saturn Astra. Despite its innovative ideas, the Ion failed to make a lasting impact. Buick-Reatta. The Buick-Reatta, introduced in the late 80s, was a luxury sports coupe aimed at delivering both performance and elegance. While it boasted a sleek design and advanced technology for its time, including a touchscreen interface, the Reatta failed to capture the interest of car buyers. Its high price tag and limited appeal to the sports car market led to disappointing sales. The car's performance didn't live up to expectations, and its futuristic features were considered more gimmicky than practical. After a short production run, the Reatta was discontinued, marking another GM experiment that never truly found its audience. Chevy SR. The Chevy SSR, launched in the early 2000s, was GM's attempt to create a retro-styled convertible pickup truck that combined the fun of a sports car with the utility of a truck. While its bold design and unique concept initially attracted attention, the SSR's poor fuel economy, high price, and limited practicality quickly became its downfall. Despite its powerful V8 engine and distinctive styling, it didn't resonate with truck buyers or sports car enthusiasts. The SSR was discontinued after just a few years, making it another example of GM's failed venture into niche markets. GM EV1. The GM EV1, introduced in the late 90s, was one of the first fully electric vehicles produced by a major automaker. With its futuristic design and promise of zero emissions, the EV1 was ahead of its time. However, despite its innovative technology, the car faced significant challenges, including limited driving range and the lack of a comprehensive charging infrastructure. GM's decision to discontinue the EV1, despite high demand from customers, remains controversial. The car was eventually recalled and destroyed, making the EV1 one of the most infamous automotive flops of the 90s, and a missed opportunity for GM in the electric vehicle market. Pontiac Fiero. The Pontiac Fiero, launched in the mid-80s, was a mid-engine sports car that aimed to give GM a competitive edge in the affordable sports car market. Initially, the Fiero's sleek design and lightweight build garnered attention, but its performance and reliability quickly became major issues. Engine overheating problems, poor handling, and safety concerns tarnished its reputation. While the Fiero had a loyal fan base, GM discontinued it in 1988 due to poor sales and the vehicle's underwhelming performance. The Fiero's failure is often seen as a missed opportunity for GM in the affordable sports car market. Chevrolet Vega. The Chevrolet Vega, introduced in 1970, was one of GM's most ambitious attempts to create a small, affordable car that could compete with imports. While it was initially well received for its compact size and fuel efficiency, the Vega quickly became infamous for its poor build quality and reliability issues. The car's aluminum engine was prone to overheating, and rust problems were widespread. Despite attempts to improve the vehicle, the Vega's reputation was irreparably damaged, leading to its discontinuation in the early 70s. It remains one of GM's most infamous failures, a cautionary tale of rushed innovation without proper testing. If you thought these GM flops were surprising, there's so much more to uncover. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all our latest videos. Which of these cars do you think deserved a second chance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, our next video is coming soon. 10 special classic muscle cars produced in less than 1,000 examples. You won't want to miss this one. Stay tuned for more exclusive insights.